You are now listening to Negosyante Playbook.
Welcome guys to Negosyante Playbook. Finally, ito na yung podcast na hinihintay ninyo after a month, I think.
Yeah. Kaya naman na launch. Oh, tama. Kasi parang March 9 tayo nag-launch nung teaser. And usapan nga, di ba, dapat end of March magla-launch na tayo. So, medyo na-delay lang kami, guys. So, finally, nangyari na yung nire-request nila. Yes. Ng mga sisters and zers natin.
And thank you so much, guys, sa support. Nung nilaunch natin ang ating teaser sa TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you so
Instagram.
much. Instagram.
Actually, nagulat talaga ako. Naalala mo, nung chinek ko yung akala ko nag-camera. Isa lang yung video. Di ba sa TikTok, may kita mo yung sa profile mo kung ilang hearts. Sabi ko, ba't 500 hearts? Tapos mag-check ko dun, sabi ilan? 45,000 views or something. And until now, hindi ko pa na na-check ulit.
And ang maganda dun, guys, we feel the love and support na talaga dun pa lang sa teaser. Kaya talagang, sige, gawin na natin to. Let's do this para sa inyo as you requested this for a long time na talaga.
Ayun nga, ito na nga yun. Ito na yun. So guys, this is the first official episode or the pilot episode of Negosyante Playbook. Ayan, so pag-uusapan natin ngayon.
Pag-uusapan natin siya.
Kung pag-checkkahan natin for today's video, sabi nga nila.
Ayan, and of course, for today's video, ang pag-uusapan natin, for today's podcast, ang pag-uusapan natin is why we started a business. Because there's a lot of people asking talaga every interviews na meron ako. Diba?
Shala, may interview. Ba't masama na nag-interview sa akin?
Diba? Parang, why start a business?
Oo nga naman. Kasi ako honestly, like talagang, siguro lahat naman tayo. Kasi ikaw bata ka pa, nagbi-business ka na eh. Mm-hmm. Pero ako talaga, parang I never imagined myself na mag-business. I think it's a very big responsibility. So talagang grabe yung, again, no offense sa mga employees. And grabe talaga yung employment mindset ko na parang I think I can resolve everything. Siguro dahil din naman yung naging role model ko sa pagiging mayaman is hindi naman businessman, which empleyado din, which is yung ninong ko. So siguro din. And then yun nga, we're here. We've been running the business for almost 10 years, di ba?
10 years, yeah.
And, yun. So, paano nga ba tayo nagsimula?
People can be successful naman on anything that they choose to.
Yes, agree ako dyan.
Mapa-employee, mapa-self-employed one. Self-employed one are the attorneys, the doctors.
Madami na kilala na mga successful, di ba?
Yeah, business owners or investors. So, on any part naman, you can be successful.
Yes.
Diba? And you can be rich to a millionaire or a billionaire. It all depends sa inyo.
So, super agree ako doon. Kasi nga, di ba parang, siguro there was a point in my life nung nagbe-business na tayo, I became a financial advisor, and yung mga rackets natin before, mga power, you know what I'm talking about, na parang, pag empleyado ka, kailangan business is the only way. Pero, yun nga, sa case natin, fortunately, we were able to work it out. So, the personal reason, anong year tayo nag-start ng business? 2014,
nung nagbebenta tayo ng mga brownies. You remember?
Oo. Alorica pa.
Yes.
Nasa Alorica pa tayo noon.
So, to give you a summary, guys, kami po ay dating mga call center agents.
Yes.
Ayan, sa Alorica. So, kaway-kaway sa mga Alorica friends namin.
Sa mga Team Puyat, hello guys. So, ayun, tama naalala ko.
Yes.
Yun yung parang wala akong tulog kasi magbe-bake ka or something. Magpapabake ako doon sa friend ko. Kasi diba parang in-outsource lang natin yung work. Parang tayo magpa-fund.
Yes.
Tayo magpa-fund nung mga ingredients and labor. Babayaran lang natin siya for the labor.
That is because we have our kid. First son, si Sabo. Tapos, syempre, bilang magulang kasi, you want to give the best for your child, di ba? Yun talaga yung biggest why ng mga taong, especially if may anak ka na talaga. Di ba? You want to give everything sa anak mo. And that is the whys of all people na nakasama ko na sa ZY community. Their why is always their kid na gusto nilang bigyan ng magandang future.
So, 2014 yun. 2014, 2015. Tapos, kailan natin sinimulan yung, ano ba yung una? T-shirt ba? Yung unang tinatawag, hindi pa.
trendies.
Yung mga Korean.
Korean. Kasi sa mga, this is the side of Ram na hindi kilala ng iba. Fashionista po ako. I love na...
Pang-Ram palagi, gano'n.
Oo, na pang-Ram palagi yung suot ko sa floor, sa call center.
Samantala ko, jacket lang, t-shirt, masaya na ako eh.
Tapos, that's why I am into fashion talaga. Talagang masaya ako na binibihisan yung sarili ko. Tapos, sabi nga nila, you can make profit from your passion.
Totoo naman. Ang daming, parang yun lagi yung goal ng karamihan. Parang turning passion into something
into
na
profit.
Yun.
That works for me.
Diba? Ang galing. So ako, like right now, somehow, diba? Parang I love talking to people and I love educating people. And it works for me in the financial or in the insurance industry naman. So, ayun. Pero going back sa business, naalala ko, Pero kasi lumipat ako ng Acquire. Tama, 2014 na.
Yeah, 2014 yon. And then, 2017, that was the time talaga na nag-rent kami ng apartment. I quit my career.
July 2017.
I quit my career kasi I am not growing.
Mas malaki nga sahod mo sa akin dun. So guys, mas malaki pa yung sahod niya sa akin nung lumipat siya sa MOA, somewhere in MOA. Xerox? Conduent? Ako nasa Acquire pa din that time. Pero honestly kasi hindi talaga kaya. Like, the real story behind the ZY shop is, yun nga, we found out na biglaan, parang may UTI ka nun or something.
Oo.
UTI something, tapos...
Umakyat pa tayo ng bundok.
After pagbaba namin ng bundok, parang the Monday or the Tuesday, so parang Wednesday ka na na tinakbo sa ER. Tinakbo sa ER. Tapos nakakatawa pa nun. So parang syempre diba, we're not yet married. Tapos that time, tapos nung hindi ko makalimutan yun. Kasi pinapalabas ako ng doktor doon sa ER. Na parang kasi may sasabihin ata sa'yo. Pero naghinalan ako. Wala, baka buntis siya. Ganyan. Baka ganun. So, yun nga. Sabi ko, hindi Doc, I'll stay. Ganyan. Sabi niya, okay lang naman. Ano po ba yun? So, yun nga. We found out na, yun nga, she's pregnant with Zyrie 2015. Tama, 15 yun. 2015 yun. I think that was the last quarter of the year. And ano yung nangyari? Mapapasko. So guys, nag-compute kami nung pinag-combine na sahod namin. Kasi ano yung sabi ni Doc? Parang nung napapacheck up ka na?
So si Zyrie is low-lying and at the same time, sinabihan na kami na magiging siyang cesarean. And alam niyo naman guys, kung magkano ang cost ng cesarean sa Philippines. So the doctor asked us to prepare around 200 to 300,000. So, syempre, kinabahan ng lola niya.
Guys, nag-compute kami. Guys, magkano? Guys, ang sahod nyo nun is, 40? 45? 40?
No, sa ano pa ako noon, Alorica.
Alorica ka pa noon?
Alorica days.
Magkano sahod mo nun?
Around 22.
22 ka ba naman nun? Sa workforce ka na?
Lang, yeah.
So mas malaki pa yung sahod ko sa kanya nung panahon na yon, nung first few months. Ako naman, nasa parang 29 na. Parang 30 na ata ako nun. Parang pa 30 na ako. So, guys, kahit di kami kumain ng isang buwan, or sa buong buwan na yon.
Within 9 months.
Grabe, 12 months. Baka.
Within 9 months.
Within 9 months. Guys, hindi kaya. Hindi talaga kaya yung Kasi parang, isipin mo, 20, parang less than 50. Sagad mo na, 50K lang yung total income namin. Tapos siya, nakasuporta pa siya din sa family niya, sa parents niya, mga pamangkin niya. Ako naman, nagpapadala din doon sa anak ko na isa pa, na nasa Isabela.
So, and we have Sabo din.
Nasa Sabo na, diba? Tapos, so talaga nung sinabi ni Doc na, prepare kang 150 to 300, ganyan. Oh my God. Sabi ko, wala, kailangan ng galaw-galaw. So, nagkataon na magta-13th month. And that was the first 13th month na sabi ko, mahal. Kasi nagbabayad kami ng mga utang noon. Yun din yung panahon na laging sakit si Sabo.
Oh.
Di ba? Nung buwan-buwan tayo nasa ospital. Okay. So, si Sabo napakasakitin nung 0 to 12 months niya to the point na nabaon-baon kami sa utang. So, nag-13th month ako na kalahati noon, pambayad ng utang, kalahati. Sabi ko, mahalo, ito, let's try selling something. So, those are some of the businesses that we tried. Yun nga, doon nag-start si Trendy talaga. Then, parang transition nun?
Ang naalala ko na nagtitinda pa ako ng groceries sa sa locker.
Yung mga food, chichirya.
Sobrang dami ko pong extra na sobrang binibenta. Relo, pabango, sapatos, kahit saan pa imi-meet up kita. No? Tapos guys, hindi pa uso nun yung mga Facebook pages. I'm just selling purely buy and sell.
Tsaka na pang marketplace group
yes, wala pang marketplace. Talagang
Facebook
literal
groups,
na buy and sell.
Groups yan.
Facebook Messenger. Oy girl, baka gusto mo ng bagong outfit. Ganyan yung offeran natin. And nakakatawa din yung mga dati kong customer because they know the story kung gaano talaga yung struggles
grabe naman
during
support
that
din.
time. And doon din ako super blessed sa mga friends because they always tell you na your friends won't support you, your family won't support you when you start your business. But I think it depends on the circle of friends na meron ka talaga. No? Kasi on our case, our friends are very supportive.
Totoo.
Diba?
Like talagang kahit yung t-shirt na 200 pesos binibenta namin, 2 gives pa namin. Pero nagbabayad naman sila. Kasi diba yung iba ang fear is, baka madali yung 100 pesos na babayaran.
Pero I trust them and then they trust us back.
Oo naman. I mean, we've really worked it out. So, yun, from trendy,
to
teka lang, ano ba nauna? Shoes o yung overruns?
Hindi, yung shoes,
relo,
perfume, and
nag-watch na bagay tayo?
Yes, watch.
Watch, oo. So yung mga G-Shock, yan, so yun din yung mga products namin. Then sa shoes, parang on and off.
Nakaipon tayo ng malaki nun because of that.
The shoes and the relo. Actually, yun yung parang siguro nagkaroon din kami ng funding para Pero yun nga, with that, syempre, makakanak siya ng 2016. Guys, nakapag-ipon kami ng magano lang? Parang
300.
Parang 300K.
Nakaipon kami ng 300,000 talaga sa hirap.
Grabe na din naman. Kasi siya, ako, morning shift ako. Naging morning shift na ako noon.
Naging morning din ako noon.
Hindi, pero yung time kasi na nagpa-resign ka, GY ka. Di ba? Tama ba? Hindi ka GY, parang 5 a.m. yung pasok mo.
5 a.m. Mid-shift.
Mid-shift ka. Tama. Hanggang gabi yung uwi mo. Parang mga 11 ba or 10 ang uwi. Ganon. Ako, umaalis ako ng bahay like 4 or 5 a.m. umaalis na ako ng bahay papuntang Mandaluyong. Okay, naalala ko na. Tama, ganun nga yung nangyari.
So that is why we start our business. Because manganganak ako kay Sairi na si Sarian.
Akala namin si S.
And to our surprise, guys, it's a miracle.
Kasi diba,
isa sa miracle ng buhay namin.
Di ba minsan pa nangyari? Di ba low-lying siya, pero naging okay. Tapos nakabaliktad siya, parang gano'n.
Oo, ang nangyari, hindi tama yung pagkaikot niya.
Suhi
kasi siya, nakaslant.
Di ba yun yung suhi?
Yun, parang suhi siya. Tapos sabi ng doctor, this is the final ultrasound. Kapag hindi pa rin siya umikot,
sure CS
na tayo. And I was praying. And yung mama ko kasama ko noon sa ultrasound. Tapos, kinausap niya si Sairi. Kinausap niya. Naramdaman ko talaga yung pag-spike ng pag-ikot ni Sairi that time. Yun.
Tapos, yun na nga. So, alang nangyari, nanganak siya.
ng normal.
So, what happened is we have a lot of money na that's the first time na nagkaroon kami ng ganong karaming pera. Tapos, ang nagastos lang namin sa hospital is technically, magkano ba?
8,000.
8 ba?
Oo, it should supposedly 16,000
16. Yun, tama, 16.
Pero because of PhilHealth, thank you sa PhilHealth,
yes,
naging siyang
8K. So guys, di ba, ang galing, no? O nga, no? Parang isipin mo, 300.
It's the biggest miracle. Isa yun sa miracle ng buhay namin.
Pero, if I'm not mistaken, nag-stop tayo doon, di ba? Nag-stop na tayo ng
kasi
business. Kasi nanganak ka na. Kasi
pero I continue because naka-maternity leave.
Oo, tama, ganon. Galing.
And we continue. So, dun sa mga magbabalak, as you can see on the story, it is unexpected baby. But then, as a parent na talagang kahit unexpected, we will do whatever it takes. Diba? Para ibigay yung magandang buhay dun sa mga anak natin.
Totoo naman. I mean, siguro naman, again, siguro sa Sabo and Syre are parang surprise babies. Pero I believe we did our best para maging okay yung life nila. And probably that's the main reason why we stayed in the business. Diba? Because we saw...
why we started.
Yeah. Why and since we start... Parang, guys, imagine nyo na lang. The only reason why we started the business is because kinabahan kami doon sa 300K na CS. So, parang, guys, kung isipin nyo, and put yourself in a situation sa mga listeners namin ngayon, whether you're a sister or a sir or a stranger na hindi kami kilala, na alam mo yung trend noon, nung panahon na yon, na pag nag-online shopping ka or nag-online business ka or nag-live selling ka, ang tukso sa'yo, nanganak to, buntis to, kaya nagla-live selling. Diba? Naalala ko yung panahon na yun na parang inaasar yung mga nag-venture into business and all. So diba parang parang that was the trend before na kaya ka magbe-business is because nabuntis ka or nanganak ka, kailangan mo ng extra income. And parang natatawa ako na, technically, ganoon naman yung reason natin. So, I guess my point there is parang if ever you want to start a business, guys, parang hihintayin nyo pa ba na may pangangailangan, yung malaking pangangailangan before you start the business. Kasi parang I've realized, actually gusto kong gawing content yung topic na yon, pero parang hindi ko na siya ma-put into words and nagkaroon ng clarity ngayon na parang, dati, wala bang nakasaro sa'yo dati nun?
Wala na. Mababait yung mga kaibigan.
Kasi parang actually, hindi pa uso live selling din nun. Nung panahon, parang
kailan ba pa ako nagla-live selling?
Wala naman.
Nag-engage ako into live selling, that was 2017. Isa ako dun sa mga kauna-unahang nag-live selling.
Cellphone.
Pamain.
Oo, yun.
Diba?
Yun. So I think that's just a point na parang, siguro, just for, the listeners there na wanted to venture into business na parang feeling nyo wala kayong reason into. So kami, the only reason that we wanted to venture before is because, yun nga, kailangan namin ng pangpaanak. Nanganak na. And we have this money na pwede pang paikutin. So, doon tayo nag-expand more into yung mga habayanas na yung next. Tapos, yung sa overruns, paano tayo nag-start na sa overruns?
Yun, sa overruns din. Nag-start na tayo because it is in trend. And that time, no one is actually selling the overruns and no Facebook group. And doon ako nag-form ng maraming marketing strategies, Facebook marketing strategies. No, na, gumawa ako ng malaking group. And then, in-advertise hanggang sa, ganun kasi ako guys, whenever I create a to-do list, so everyday ko siyang ginagawa until nag-grow nag-grow yung group. Until wala na akong time, parang yun na yun.
Sa
yun na yung
din,
start
diba?
niya, yes. And doon na nag-start lahat. Talaga, sobrang lumaki yung market. Kasi we are the only one who is onto marketing overruns that time.
Oo nga. Pero naririnig ko na siya and nakikita ko na siya. Pero parang ako mismo, diba, sabi ko sa'yo before, na parang, doon ko naniniwala dyan, overruns. Parang ako pa mismo isa sa mga parang, siguro that's just my restorative, looking for problems. So parang, paano mo kung hindi legit yan? And then, along the way, we got to understand what the products is, how it's made, bakit may overruns, bakit may more pull-outs.
And it is important din na the suppliers. And sila din yung nagpaintindi sa akin on how everything was made.
And hindi siya yung parang sinail stock lang.
Yes.
Kasi ba may mga ganun na parang ibibenta sa'yo to, parang exaggerating the details para lang bumili ka. And siguro sobrang blessed din tayo doon sa part ng mga naging suppliers natin ever. Na di lang in-explain, pinakita sa atin everything about the product, ba't siya na ginagawa.
And it is also the reason why I love overruns. Kasi, facts or ano ba to?
Facts naman.
Facts about overruns.
Hindi ba siya trade secret?
Because technically, the overruns, guys, kapag minanufacture yan, tapos sira yan, itatapon yan sa dump site. Yes. Itatapon lang yan sa dump site. And I've read for years na sobrang dami because the clothes, hindi naman siya na-decay.
Tama.
So, sobrang daming, kung hindi natin sinasapo itong mga hindi pumasa sa quality na overruns na to, nandun to sa dump site. Tinapon ng mga...
Like, wala na, not usable. Kumbaga parang sa food, di ba yung kapag...
For them, hindi na yon usable. For the big brands, hindi na usable yon. So, we come there na parang tayo yung... For me, it's one way to save Mother Earth. When you sell overruns and you use overruns.
So parang sa food nga, 'di ba yung sa mga 'di ba ibang baker, 'di ba pag sa food industry naman, pag tapos na yung like the day, tapon talaga yung food, bawal i-donate, bawal yung ibang restaurants, ganoon yung kasi baka nga daw magamit na masiraan sila kasi pagkasira yung food. So parang it's the same pala with the clothes.
Yes.
And of course, kasi 'di ba tayo, parang we saw like the labor behind making damit. Grabe pala, no? Talagang grabe din talaga yung how it's made. So, yan.
So, yung overruns namin are 100% from Bangladesh. So, for me, why start a business in the Philippines? One thing is, we Filipinos knows how to communicate in English. So, as you can see, they are Bangladeshi.
Ang hirap na nakausap.
Also, Chinese, Taiwanese,
Vietnamese. Madaming mga suppliers na taga-ibang bansa na nandito sa Philippines.
Yes. And it's hard to communicate kung hindi ka marunong mag-English. So, number one point, why you need to start a business in the Philippines is because we Filipinos, our second language is English. So, madali para sa atin na mag-venture out into business, makahanap ng supplier, and also for expansion internationally.
Okay. Tama.
Diba? So, number one point yun. Parang number one na good quality natin as a Filipino and why you should start a business in the Philippines, guys.
Sa akin naman siguro, why you should start the business here is because, let's be honest, there's a limit. Though, again, nabanggit ko naman kanina, the inspiration sa akin when it comes to rich people is basically an employee. The word that I'm gonna use is to fast track yung mga goals mo. Di ba like ngayon, parang, hindi naman sa nagmamadali. Pero siguro we would understand na we could probably get everything that we have right now. Pero it would take
so much time.
Yeah, parang the time itself. And for me, wag kang mag-start ng business for the reason na, yun nga, something already happened. Kasi parang, though it's gonna be a good story, guys. It's gonna be a good story. It's gonna be an inspirational story. Pero right here, we are now here promoting na, mag-business kayo. Mag-business kayo because, not because of the money, but the opportunities na ma-open up nung pera itself. Diba? Nung pera. Kasi, kapag nandiyan na yung pera, ano yung sabi nung pinapakinggan sa podcast na isa? When money is already there, it's gonna be irrelevant na. You will be able to look in. Kasi, guys, sa mga listeners dyan, if ever you are currently in a point na you cannot pursue your passion right now because most likely, wala kang pera. Diba? Totoo naman. And some of our passion, magastos talaga. May mga musicians na from zero to something, may pinag-ipunan nila yung first guitars nila, yung first, let's say, sa mga digital artists, yung mga cameras nila, pinag-ipunan nila. And you would understand na magastos yung mga passion natin. Diba? Magastos. And yun, kaya parang fast-tracking. Fast-tracking your goals, yung mga gusto mong mangyari. The business part would help. So I'm not really saying na, i-give up mo yung employment mo. No, kasi kami, it took time.
You have to use your employment.
Leverage mo yun
kasi, kumbaga, habang meron kang income, no, I always believe na pwede kang maging successful as an employee, as a business owner, at the same time. Pwede yun. Employee ka, pero may side hustle ka. So, for me, that is your gateway. Diba? Yung sahod mo, mag-ipon ka at least, siguro let's say 20% ng sahod mo.
Actually, ang tip ko.
Actually, you can start a business kahit na ikaw ay empleyado.
Oo naman. Kasi
diba?
ang tip kasi dyan, guys, pag mag-start kayo ng business, think of a problem na gusto mong i-resolve.
It is not just the passion then.
Hindi
it is also the purpose.
Yun. Kaya,
the purpose of the business that you are starting. It is not finding the product that you want to sell. It is finding the problem that your product can resolve.
Yun, exactly.
Or the service that can resolve.
Kasi guys, sa case namin, we're not just selling damit and stuff. Because ang problem na gusto naming i-resolve is people to start a business. Parang how can people start a business? So, yun yung ino-open up namin na avenue. Nagkataon lang na damit yung naging una. Kasi, teka lang, ang gusto ko matandaan, technically retail tayo. Paano ba tayo nag-transition into wholesaling?
Because nobody is selling in wholesale.
Okay.
Sa online. So that is the biggest opportunity na nakita ko. So if these people are all retailing and nahihirapan silang mag-direct because nobody can speak directly to the Bangladeshi like I do.
So lahat ng, technically naikot naman natin lahat ng mga major suppliers So guys, hindi
naman, we have the major kasi.
Kumbaga yung mga kilala nyo na suppliers ng mga Taytay, mga DV, mga Baclaran. Siguro guys, lahat naman siguro ng mga nag-online selling naikutan na lahat yung mga yan, lalo na kung damit. And sa case namin, we were able to work it out to reach
import directly
the highest level, which is yun nga, direct na kay Bangladesh. And ayun. So ano pa? Pag-usapan natin about doon. Inubukan na. Yeah. So ang promise natin sa mga listeners natin, at least 30 minutes, parang di naman sila tamarin. Pero super exciting kasi itong ano na to itong topic natin, because we really want to show them that the main reason why we started the business, why we grew the business is not just because na kailangan lang natin ng pera, kailangan lang nating yumaman.
Mostly naman kasi tayo on the first part of
Sige, kaya mo yan.
Ayan guys, no? So, I think we really need to have the part 2.
Iba part 2 pa natin to.
Iba part 2 natin to kasi I have a lot of things to share with you guys why you really need to start a business and why you really need to start it habang bata ka pa.
Talagang habang
kaya mo pa.
Kasi hindi naman really bata kasi we have, partners na matatanda na rin naman.
But they can.
And they learn.
Sobrang dami pa nating pag-uusapan pero bitinin muna namin kayo dito. Thank you so much for listening to our part 1 ng aming pilot episode. Yes, part 1 pa lang to. Kaya, for the continuation ng aming conversation, check out our part 2. Of course, dito lang yan sa Negosyante Playbook.
And guys, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to press follow para linggo-linggo kayong makatanggap ng mga new episodes namin. Then, kung busy naman kayo sa parenting, sa pagnenegosyo nyo nga, you can take the conversations offline by downloading these very episodes. And kung na-inspire namin kayo na magnegosyo, maging negosyante, check out the details sa podcast description.
Sama-sama ulit sa next episode.
Zia!